Okay, drawing animals in November. Now, if you're limited on paper or limited on space and you're trying to build your portfolio, filling it up with animals is a good start, but depends what you have at home. You can find your shape. Tracing is the best way to learn. So often I would have the printout, zoom it in to fit your paper, and then I would have another sheet on top, and just draw it in pencil. If you want to ink it, you could ink it after, and you don't need a whole lot drawing, or you don't need a whole lot of shapes, but you can find the shapes after. I think doesn't really matter if you're doing it freehand. If you're doing on a canvas, you might want to experiment freehand, or you buy a projector. A lot of people use a projector. I find either way is fine. So the line, often you won't get a full pose if he's standing, so unless you're a photographer and you do your own, then you're spending money on trips, vacations and stuff like that. So try to find the best reference you can, because you'll need to do a lot of animal drawing, and you could do as much detail as you want. And the hair is, I think, the most complicated, because there's a lot of stages for the lion's hair. You don't have to make him look goofy. A lot of people try to make him look into like a cartoon, unless you want to do the cartoon look with the cartoon eyes and stuff like that. You can learn the lion that way as well, but sometimes learning the lion from life is good. If you have something like this, you could trace it easier, but the light box on this, it doesn't work anymore. So I just use it for balance. But again, my desk, I only have one desk. So my reference is on the computer right now, so that's why I'm at my desk. Or I would use my drawing desk. So it's another thing, you need a lot of space when you're thinking about real animals. Just think about the size you want to do. If you want to go larger than paper into canvas, you need more money, and supplies are very expensive. So ink is also expensive, but kind of more affordable than most. Unless you're looking for the special nibs, they can cost you a lot of money. So really you gotta think about what you want to do for your portfolio. Because school, you need a lot of variety, not just that one thing. But then I've seen people get in with just having a few pieces. But animation is more harder to get in. That's why you need more resources for animation, more life drawing, more everything. And then it's just a matter of getting the better grade. So sometimes illustration is easier, but then it's not easy because it's the same amount of years as animation. So keep that in mind. They're both the same cost. So if you don't have a lot of money, you might want to invest into something like this. This might run you about 60 bucks. But then they have those other tables now. They're more like for tattoo drawing. They're very thin. more newer one. Could run you about 80 bucks or so. And the light on them is really good as well. You could do larger paper, maybe. So invest in what you can, and if you could get into digital, it'll be a good start for you. Start thinking about probably getting a tablet, at least a tablet if you can. So basic animal drawing from life. You don't have to draw freehand if you don't want to. Just think about ink and painting. What is it in Disney? It's tracing. So there's a lot of people bad mouthing of, oh, it's tracing, it's bad. Well, good for them. If they want to do freehand, they could do freehand. But art is a wide range of expressions. Just have to pick something and ignore the rest of those clowns. They could be teachers, they could be students, who knows. They could be people in the media. Simple line, you don't need a whole lot of reference. Often the reference, they crop out the feet or something so you don't get the full pose. So yeah, just gotta look for reference which you can draw from. You need about a handful of animal drawing anyway. Sometimes they ask for it, sometimes they don't. But you could put it in your extras if you don't know what to fill it up with. I stopped trying for animation because it's too expensive. Even part-time is expensive. So you can learn on your own, build your own studio, your own setup. But you won't get your credit, so you could invest into other groups. But you won't get credit from them either, so it's kind of win and lose. School is the best option, you get credit, but also you get a huge debt to pay, so keep that in mind. If you could afford 4 years of college, you might want to think about taking art fundamentals. Just do 1 year and try something else. Thanks for watching. Drawing animals, I guess. I always start from a sketch, pre-drawn, or from a photo. And then, if I have a projector, I could project it onto canvas. I had one projector, but it kinda just did like a little thumbnail things, and it wasn't good for zooming in onto canvas. You don't have to do freehand if you don't want to. It's an option. Keep that in mind. Unless you're going into life drawing or something like that, and you do a lot of freehand stuff there. Or watercolor. If you go into groups like that, it's a big investment. So just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Animal drawing day, I guess. Paper and pencil. So it's pre-drawn because it's from photo reference, and I traced most of it off earlier on. So for camera purposes, either I could do a printout or have my own sketch like I do now and just trace it off on the like box. But I don't show you that step because you don't need, it's not that important. The way you start your drawings, however you want, freehand, tracing, it's up to you. If you want to start it with ink, chalk, pastel, markers, watercolor, whatever. Thanks for watching.